Tiles weapon for Flins, but it's alright because I have the Black Cliff Bowl as backup. It was originally on Xiao, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't touched him ever since I first got his name card back in like 2022, so Xiao does not need it. I only did a little bit of artifact pre-farming just because I thought it would be easier to actually do his domain once I have him. So the artifacts that I have pre-farmed are very copium, but it doesn't matter because now that I have Flins I can actually do that domain a lot faster. Also, look at how insane this artifact rolled. I just went all in because I thought it probably won't be anything good anyway, but then it literally all just rolled into crit rate. I actually took my phone out to take a picture of it because I was so shocked. I think that's what I was doing right here, just because I was paused for a little bit. I'm making this Flins' off piece, which means I actually have to log in with the rest of his artifacts and make sure they're good. These standard wishes are reminding me of like a week ago when I was pulling on the standard banner and I got 2 back-to-back 5 stars. I got Lost Prayers to the Sacred Winds, or whatever it's called, and then immediately after I got a Dilu constellation. I didn't know which of his talents to level. I kinda just hoped for the best and just leveled up the first 2. But then I later found out that his third one is actually the most important. So I do go back and level it up later, but ignore me there. I also don't really know who to play with Flins. Like, I know you need Sucrose and I know, but I didn't know who to put in the 3rd slot because I don't really have anyone, so I put Cookie in there just because she's also a healer. But I ended up swapping her out later for another character, but this is what my team is looking like. No one is built, but I'm too lazy to build them and I want to focus on Flynn, so they're just going to be left alone. Initially, I was going to end the video there just because I didn't really record much to begin with, but then something a little interesting ended up happening. So, yeah, I somehow ended up getting Flins' weapon, but that's actually not all because I also got his C1. But on top of all of that, I want to show you guys my pity. So let's look at the pity on Flins' banner first. Give me a second to scroll down, but hello. 4 pity, Flins at 4 pity. Now let's go over to the weapon banner so I can show you guys my pity on there. Although it's not as crazy as the Flins banner. But look at this. So 4, 9, 14, 19, 20, 20 pity. The game decided to apologize for making me lose the 50-50 on Flins' banner. Speaking of 50-50s, if you guys remember earlier how I was saying I always lose my 50-50s, when I got Flins' C1, it actually triggered the capturing radiance. So that's how I know my account is cooked. Anyways, here's a little build update. Flins' weapon is only at level 60 right now because I'm waiting for his domain to become available so I can farm more materials. His artifacts are starting to look a lot better, but I'm still farming his domain because I'm a perfectionist and I want his build to be not just good, but perfect. I've leveled his talents more, including this 3rd one, which I kind of neglected earlier. But it's looking pretty good so far. 688. I want to get him triple crowned because I can. Because I want to, because I feel like it. But playing co-op. I like it better this way though, because it also saves you time. But here is my Flins. I think, see, I don't know what to compare him to because all of my other DPS characters are from like 2021. But in my eyes, he's very good. I don't know if he's meta or anything, but I'm very happy with my Flins. Now, my goal is to get Ineffa. I didn't pull for Ineffa because I didn't want to get her and then risk not getting Flins. So my plan was to always get Flins first and then wait for Ineffa's rerun. Otherwise, there'd be no point in pulling for Ineffa if I couldn't get Flins. I've also been hearing rumors of Columbina being a support for lunar reactions, so if she does work with Flins, then I'll probably also end up pulling for her. I've just realized my microphone has been picking up the sound of my fan for like the last minute. Let's ignore that. But anyways, I will be ending the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye guys.